so cool.
Yay! And the band back together. Come on.
That one person is really good.
Yes!
Well, welcome to Atlanta. First of all, how's the convention treating everybody?
It's great.
Yeah, everyone's so nice. Feels even more packed than last year, right? I wish Coleman was here. He's supposed to it's Coleman. Really miss it though.
I'll use my theater voice.
Yeah! Oh, there he is. Coleman has arrived.
You, it's in you.
No, I'm fine. How you doing?
I don't remember. I'm just going to start with like icebreakers while everybody lines up because we have microphones here, there, and all the way up there. So if you guys have questions, you can be a part of the panel and we'll get your questions answered because that's why we're really here. But I want to start, what was everybody's first job ever? Was it always acting or did you like work at Starbucks first? Because I did.
Mine was actually acting. Mine was acting. I don't think I've ever had a real job.
She just realized about that.
I babysat.
I babysat. Yeah. Is that a job?
I think that it is.
Yeah. Well, it was baby, you know, like stop crawling.
Don't ever hire her to be a babysitter.
I have no real world skills at all.
Well, if we're going way back, I was in charge of mowing the yard. $10. But then my first real job would be waiting tables. Exciting. Jay, classic. Here's Coleman.
My first job was working at McDonald's. I was on the fry station, and I moved my way up to cashier, yeah.
Well, what was the first thing you bought with like your first paycheck on your own? First thing you're like really excited, like you didn't have to ask your parents, you're like, I'm gonna buy this.
Mine was a little, it was like MAC cosmetic eyeshadow, but it was like this mermaid greedy pearlescent that I was like, I know, I'm such a girl. And I was like, I'm gonna wear this eyeshadow, but like had no other concept of like anything else. So just like had like a streak of green eyeshadow across my face. It was so expensive too, and I just needed it.
I have one more question, then I'm going to toss it to you guys. You guys are like pros at conventions and Comic-Cons, now you've all done so many, and you've worked with some really tremendous people as well. So who is like a celebrity? Because when we come here, you know, we get really excited to meet you guys and everybody else. So who is somebody that you guys have either worked with, met, I don't know, in a bathroom at Comic-Con or something, and been like, you're you! Oh my god!
At Comic-Con?
Anyway, just like somebody you just truly geeked out over, you admire them and you got to meet them.
Game of Thrones cast was in our green room about 2 years ago, and I was standing in the food line. I can't remember. It was Alfie Allen who was standing next to me, and he was like getting a bagel or something, and I was like, food's good, huh? And that's all I could get out because I was excited. I was like, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones. It's like such a nerdy one, but...
Everyone here is so concerned about Rick leaving The Walking Dead. Are you guys just like, we already lost our leader?
I know, last time I saw Andy at the last Stalker here, Walker Stalker here, he was like, everyone's excited, they think we're gonna meet when we cross over, and I was like, yeah, we're not.
Did you tell him in the moment?
I didn't tell him in the moment.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, that would be great. It's not gonna happen.
And that is the moment Andrew Lincoln decided to leave The Walking Dead. Let's go over here. What's your name? Where are you from?
Tom from Wheaton in suburban Chicago. And I have a question for all of you. As a retired educator, I'm very concerned that when budgets are tight, arts programs are among the first things that are cut in schools. So I'd like to know if you cut your acting teeth in the school system somewhere. Preschool, elementary school, high school, college, whenever. And if not, where did you get started? Thank you.
different in Australia, but I started in primary school, and we had an amazing arts program there, and I started not only doing kind of theatre and plays and things like that, but also music, and then I went to a performing arts high school as well. So for me, it was like very important that it's included, because I think it's just, it's an amazing form of expression. It's also just, it expands your world in so many more ways than I think is readily available in most cases. So I think it's very instrumental and so important. I had a wonderful experience with it, yeah.
I'm the same. I'm born and raised in Cuba, and most of our entire Cuban society relies on music, dance, sing. I mean, and school is full of it. So I'm meant to tell I haven't seen them in forever. I've been going to the Boys and Girls Club in Austin because I moved there a little earlier. They had to catch up with me. And I've been implementing a lot of the arts with the kids in Austin. So you should come. You're coming. They don't know that yet. But everywhere I go, I try to do that. I did that in Mexico too, with the shirt. I get the stars going off. No, don't. And everywhere I go, I think it's important. It's our job to kind of like, inspire others to rely on the arts.
I grew up in the public school system in Philadelphia, and we thank you. We had some, some arts classes growing up, but then of course and I went to Overbrook High School as well, and they have arts programs there. But I do think, this is what I think, I'm just going to give you my straight up opinion about it. I think it's a tragedy that we keep losing. The first thing to go is the arts programs, but also for us to understand that the reason why they go away, I think it's control. It's like if you give us no art, any beauty, any imagination, it's like that's a very bleak world, and it's a way to control people. So I just would like to support people in saying it's our responsibility as citizens, and to make private, give funding to private organizations, or to make theater accessible, to make arts, dance. It's all a part of who we are, and so we can express who we are, so we can love harder, so we can get to know each other more. It's that important, It is not an option, I think. I think we need it. All civilizations, since the Romans, understood that you need art. It helps us survive.
I agree. I think it's storytelling is essential part of learning and how to be in the world. It makes you feel part of something. First acting class I did was high school. And it was a sort of medium strong, theater department, and in my high school, but that high school went on to become a performing arts school, so that's good. And my first play I did was in college.
Thank you very much. Great question.
But my question is for Alicia. It's a question about the 100, but
What is the 100?
I just wanted to know, because this most recent season of the 100, they've kind of brought Lexa back in spirit, and we're all very thankful for that. I was just wondering if you kept up with all the things that they talk about with Lexa and everything that they say that she says, and just what they talked about with Lexa since you're gone.
In the TV show, you mean?
Yeah, in the TV show.
I don't, because I think I gave so much of your heart and soul into that project, and then when you move on to something else, you kind of need to give it all your focus. So once I moved to Fear, it became my primary focus, and I read everyone's wonderful comments and messages on Instagram and Twitter, and that I always see that, and that's so humbling and incredible. But to exist in that story still sometimes can be a little too it's hard to balance that, especially professionally too. So I don't really know, but I do hear about it from all the fans who come up and they're like, guess what just happened? So, kind of my way of keeping up, I guess.
Good question. Where are we staying over there? All right. I'll allow it.
Hi.
Hey, what's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Emily and I'm from Tennessee. Okay, so my question is for Alicia. So obviously you're very loved by literally everyone, so so what is it like when
disagrees.
when you know these strangers just come up to you and they confess their love for you and you're like what is that like?
That'd be a really good time for me to.
Who's that, Alicia? You're so adored. You get all those presents.
Everybody loves you.
Meanwhile, you're catching shade over here, and everyone loves you.
Shade.
I'm getting shade. She's getting the love, right?
I would first like to say, get in line, because we love her most of all.
Yes, we do.
I'm a bear.
Yeah, it's, you know what, I never expected that experience. I always just wanted to do this job, and I always knew I loved being creative and to play characters, and I never ever considered the impact it would actually have on people and people's lives and people's real experiences. At first it was quite overwhelming to hear everyone's really personal journeys, because I'm someone who takes a lot of that on board, and so for me I was just so taken aback by how moved people were with it, and then slowly I was able to kind of balance it so I could really hear everyone's stories, and it's amazing. I mean, the outpouring of love is just extraordinary. I don't think it's something you do get used to, and you cannot feel, it's not like, it doesn't feel real in a way. Like, it is so real that it's hard to comprehend. Do you know what I mean? Like, that gravity, that depth that people feel, it's so extraordinary, and I mean, it makes me emotional. So when I do things like this, I really give, a piece of my heart to it, because it means so much to everyone. So it's very, it's overwhelming and extraordinary and humbling, and I'm forever grateful for it, and I mean, everyone's just been so beautiful and lovely, so, yeah.
Just wanted to buy makeup and go to the spa. Over here, we have time for just a couple more questions.
Hi, my name is Janice, and I live in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And I don't have a question, but I've got a present for Coleman, if I could give it to him.
Sure, absolutely.
That's so sweet.
I'm Brandon, by the way.
Is it a good present?
Oh, that's beautiful. What?
Is it a watch?
It's okay. Can you mind if I share it with you? Okay, but can I give you a hug? I have a bracelet that says badass on it. That Alicia! My gifts, Alicia! People love me too!
That's amazing.
Isn't that great?
Great.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
All right, we have just one last question down here. It's gonna wrap us up. No pressure. Don't screw up.
My name is Sarah. I'm from Virginia Beach. My question is, has there been anything super special about being on Fair that you haven't had with any other project?
I've learned more from this cast than I've ever learned. This was like my training ground. Kim, Coleman, Denai, Cliff, Frank, are all just so extraordinary, and the lessons, the ways that Kim leads a set, how she just, the gravity she has, the momentum she brings to a set, the way that Coleman is able to just like rally the troops, like get us all through. It's so, I just learned so much from this experience, and that for me has been incredible. Yeah.
All right, captain's order over here. I'm gonna take one more question.
Hi, my name's Isis. I'm from New Jersey.
What advice would you have for someone that wants to go into acting?
Watch, listen, and observe. That, I think, is very important. You should always be listening and watching, because that, taking it in is far more powerful than just, getting things out all the time. It's about absorbing it.